It was a big deal in the 1972 top set for the players and the fans of these players to not only get a card of their favorite player, but something called inaction, and basically that's what it was. It wasn't your basic stand-up photo that the 72 set would provide, but it would show them pitching or hitting or basically in the field. Now this guy got a card, and he was starting to turn out to be one of the most respected, what they call second relievers, a reliever that backs up the main one. But unfortunately, a weird accident with a dune buggy killed him way too soon. So today we're talking about the still very highly thought of Danny Frisella. Now, born Daniel Vincent Danny Frisella in San Francisco, uh, his career was cut short when he was killed in a dune buggy accident on New Year's Day in 1977. He was a son of a firefighter. He attended Junipero Serra High School in San Mateo, California, where he excelled in baseball. He graduated in '63 and was inducted to the school's Athletic Hall of Fame posthumously in 1992. Now, he spent 1 year at the College of San Mateo before transferring to Washington State University in Pullman. After leading the Cougars in the College World Series in '65 and being named to the All Conference team, he was selected by the Brewer and Braves in the 39th round of the '65 Major League Baseball draft. However, he did not sign. In '66, he was again named All Conference and led WSU to the District 8 regional finals. Now, drafted by the Mets in the third round of June '66 secondary draft, he eventually signed. He went 5-4 to 296 earned run average, mostly as a starting pitcher with the Auburn Mets of the New York Penn League in '66. He began the '67 season in the Carolina League with the Durham Bulls, where he went 9-3 with a 1.49 ERA in 13 starts to earn a promotion all the way up to AAA. He began seeing more work as a relief pitcher with the very, very popular Jacksonville Suns. It was added to the Major League bullpen by the end of July. After three relief appearances, 8 innings pitched, no earned runs for manager Westrom, Frisella was added to the Mets starting rotation. Unfortunately, the ERA was strong with 3.82, but he went 1-6 in 11 starts. His one-win came against the Pirates on August 11th. In a no decision against the Giants, Frisella allowed just 2 hits over 9 innings while striking out 7. Now he spent the next 2 seasons shuffling from the minor leagues to the majors, compiling a 2-4 record and a 4.28 ERA in 22 games at a major league level and a 15-4 record and 2.65 in the minors. Now, following the '69 season, he played winter ball in Venezuela. Venezuelan Baseball Hall of Famer Diego Segui, who was a forkball specialist, taught Frisella to pitch. It turned out to be Frisella's outpitch for the rest of his career, as it had such an impressive movement on it that it was often accused of throwing a spinner. After starting the '70 season in AAA, he joined the Mets in the beginning of July that year. He earned his first career save in his first appearance of the season, and his record stood at 4-0 with a 1.88 ERA at the end of the month. He ended the campaign with an 83 record, a 3.02 ERA, and 54 strikeouts in 65 innings. Opposing batters batted just 204 against him. Despite missing half the season, his 29 relief appearances were third most on the squad. Now in '71, Frisella and Tug McGraw formed a devastating righty-lefty tandem, closing out Mets games. Following 3 innings of scoreless ball, pitched on the 4th of July, he saw his ERA hit a season low of 1.37. He ended the campaign at 88-5 with a 1.99 ERA and a team-leading 12 saves, and again, thus the inaction card to tribute to him. After going 5-8 with a 3.34 ERA and 9 saves, he was traded along with Gary Gentry from the Mets to the Braves for Felix Millan and George Stone on November 1st, '72. Of course, this trade benefited the Mets more because he made it to the World Series with Milan's great playing. Now, Frisella developed arm trouble during spring training '73 and dealt with nagging health issues throughout the season. While he led the team with 8 saves, Frisella had 9 blown saves. The second of these came against his former club in his first game back at Shea. Entering the game in the 8th inning with the Braves leading 2-1, he allowed both inherited Braves runners to score and gave up an initial 4 earned runs of his own while retiring just 2 batters. Now his role diminished substantially in '74. After logging 5 saves through June, poor performance and injury limited him to just 1 over the remainder of the season. His last game as a Brave was also his only start for the team. Against the Mets at Shea, he went 4 innings and gave up 4 earned runs in a no decision. At the winter meetings after the season, The Braves sent Frisella to the Padres to reacquire Cito Gaston. Now, Frisella enjoyed something of a resurgence in San Diego. Despite a 1-6 record, he pitched a career-high 97 innings in a career-high 65 appearances to go along with a 3.13 ERA. Him and Bill Grief, both right-handers, shared closing duties, with each recording 9 saves. During spring training '76, he was dealt to the Cardinals for Ken Reynolds and minor leaguer Bob Stewart. Now, with Hal Harboski already in the bullpen, the Cards had no need for a closer. Thus, Frisella became more of a right-handed specialist for the Cardinals. He did well in that role, holding opposing batters to a 190 batting average, and he had a 145 ERA. 2 performances against Cincinnati's Big Red Machine, however, saw his ERA balloon to 3.97 before he was sent to the Brewers for a player to be named later, midway through the season. For his half season with the Brewers, he became manager Alex Grammis's favorite right-hander out of the bullpen. He pitched 3.1 innings of one-hit ball against the Angels to earn his first save with his new team, on his way to a team-leading 9. He went 5-2 with a 2.74 ERA while holding batters to a 175 batting average. So career 34-40, 17 saves in 391 games. 57 saves in 351 games, 17 games started and 215 games finished. Now, when he died on January 1st, 77, it was a big loss. This was a result of a dune buggy accident. His friend who was driving the dune buggy escaped with only minor injuries. The accident occurred about 50 yards from his home when his friend lost control of the dune buggy, causing it to overturn. He tried to jump from the vehicle as it began to flip, but he was unable to free his leg from the dune buggy, and his head was struck by the roll bar. He was survived by his wife Pamela and 2 sons. Pamela was pregnant with the couple's second son at the time of his death. He was born on March 4th at what would have been Frisella's 31st birthday. He was also a respected military person as he served with the Air National Guard during his minor league career. Now, the baseball stadium at Frisella's high school, Junipero, is named after him. And like I said, he was like a very recognized setup man. There was some talk too if he would have obviously been. The Yankees had some interest in him, but of course with Sparky Lyle and Goose Gossage and other people, it wasn't meant to be. But Frisella, like I said, when his card came out and Canada said, "Who's this guy?" and like my dad said, he said, "This is him and Tug McGraw." It's they're together as a very, very strong duet for the Mets. And it's kind of sad. He wasn't in the World Series, but he was traded for a guy that helped him with a World Series. So he must have felt a little bit good about that, knowing he was traded for a player that was that good and helped his former team make it to the World Series. So that's the story of Danny Frisella. And again, we've been doing stories on kind of unforeseen passages of players. And like I said, we think people are immune for accidents, stuff like that, but are human just like everybody else. This was a very human fault. Things happen, death by misadventure. And, I know the Mets fans really enjoyed his play. And that was like what he called the golden era, 69 to 73, where everybody was thinking, go Mets, go. Mets, Mets, Mets. Have a good one. Bye.